よく頑張りましたね。偉いです。ティナは本当にすごい子ですね。
お嬢様、よかった。本当によかったです。
Studio Blanc is really killing you with this one. We just got done watching Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. This was episode number 3. And as I was watching the ED, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen the ED and I've seen the red hair girl. I started to think, I have a suspicion that the red hair girl in the ED is probably Lydia's little sister. It just makes too much sense. And it just makes too much sense that they're going to have like, not parody, but like relationships between the families. So I think that the red hair girl in the ED is probably Lydia's sister. Now, I'm very excited for when the moment comes when Lydia comes into play, because I think that, I don't know why, there's just something that I can feel in my bones that tells me that Lydia is probably the best character of the show, just because the way that she was talking and stuff. Now, again, like I said, I could be totally off base. This is just a guess. Red hair for red hair. Red hair could be more common in this world. I don't know. But I just have a seeming, a guess that is probably her little sister. Now, again, I could be wrong. The other thing is that this episode introduced is a question that I have. And of course, I'm going to talk about the episode. But one of the questions that I have is what role is Alan going to take? So the ED depicts that Tina and Ellie do, in fact, make it into the Royal Academy. So that's a moot point because we know they 100% make it into the Royal Academy just based off of the ED alone. But my question is the anime is called Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. So does he continue to be appointed by Mr. Howard that like, hey, one of the things of her going to school is you'll still tutor her on the side? Is because the academy she's joining somewhere that Alan came from, does he get appointed to be like a magic teacher or a homeroom teacher, or like does he get a role in the school and that's how he maintains relevancy? Or does the show kind of say, hey, we got you, we did show you Alan, we're going to continue to show him in spurts, right? We'll continue to flash to him in moments, but really the main character swapping to Tina and her life at the Royal Academy. I don't know what they're going to do. And the reason I bring that up is, again, when watching the ED, it kind of shows the red hair girl waking up. It shows Tina and Ellie, and it shows them at the Royal Academy. So I have I would assume based on that we're pivoting to Tina at the school. That'd be my guess of what I think is going to happen. But if they're hell-bent on making sure Alan's a part of it, I assume that he'll either continue to be her tutor, and that'll probably cause turmoil between romantic relationships between Lydia and Tina, or he gets appointed to some kind of role at the school, which could be another thing that potentially happens. Again, I'm just totally spitballing. I don't know. The rest of the episode, though, is really good. So at the end, you know, Mr. Howard definitely doesn't want her to, even after she's learned magic, which was the stopgap, he still doesn't want her to attend. I hope that we find out what that is. I love how Alan was able to decipher that the little marks on the books kind of like leading him to investigate were based on Tina's mother, because she was also doing that and hoping that someone would kind of unlock her daughter's potential. And I love that he called out the Mr. Howard on that as well, too. I love the letter that he sent, you know, home to his teacher and stuff. And I love he continues to get sassed for being a womanizer, basically, by the butler. And I love the progression that Ellie and Tina made this episode, and the banter and the linking of the mana, which he said he would never do. And we find out that he has a sister. So he has linked his mana before to his sister, to Lydia, and now to Tina. And that is not romantic, because that's definitely not the word, but it's definitely I don't even know what the word is. Intimate. It's definitely an intimate act, because like you're linking these two. One, that other person's putting their life in your hands because mana, you know, it's kind of like the lifeblood. But the other part is very intimate because like you get to absorb and give back a portion of yourselves that isn't naturally done. So it's a very intimate act, and that's why Lydia was so hell-bent on like never do this with anybody else, because like she was like, that is something that is special between you and I. So he's gonna get in trouble for that for sure. But regardless, I think it was an awesome episode. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what's going to come next. But yeah, Private Tutor continues to be a really good one of the season. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next week for episode 4.